Hey everybody, welcome back to the Air Warfare Group. This video is for our CSAR players that are going to be starting our Sunday morning CSAR training ritual for the next 2 months. We're going to be ramping up CSAR training. This will be the first time that we're doing training from surface up to 40,000 feet with aggressors. And just to give you an idea, this is a picture that I got from one of our Cope Thunders that I did when I was at Kadena. Supporting the F-15s there, and this is just to give you an idea of some of the players in an actual CSAR mission using, you can see there, you can see F-5s as aggressors, you see some contract jets, the A-4s. This is back in the mid-80s at Clark Air Base for Cope Thunder. I got this picture. I actually have the big one of this in a frame somewhere. So for our Sunday training, this video is for all the players, but anybody else that wants to watch it can hang out, and if they like it, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. So you guys are familiar in the Air Warfare Group. Everybody knows our main training range that we do our CAS workups with, and then we also do our CSAR prep with this. And we're moving into phase 2 of the CSAR prep, where we actually start working with integrated missions to involve Jolly as our pickup package. So we have the UH-60 mod from the UH-60 project team. We are using the HH-60 skin variant, which is not realistic, but it'll work for us. And in those, on Jolly 6 flight, we have Jolly Chief and Serpent 6-4. They will be starting out of Paiute Mesa, heading up towards the survivor area and using nap of the earth and terrain masking, coming up for just comms if they need to, but they're pretty much going to stay low level and come up and stage in this area right here. You'll fly approximately 25 miles northeast, set up at the orbit area on the other side of the mountain range. You'll want to stay in the area of 74 Alpha. Do not go east into the container. Use that as your turnaround point, where the edge of 74 Alpha, where it meets 4808 Alpha, which is the container restricted box. Should be on your charts. Also, it's been in the NOTAMs for months, so you guys know not to fly in there. So this is an approximate area where the down survival will be. The survivor is going to be an F-18 pilot, and he's going to pop smoke when you call him to do so. If you or Sandy pre-authenticates him, that's where you'll see him signal, depending on what signal you try to call him for. Alright, in Sandy, I just mentioned that, we got Hog Flight, Hog 4-1 and Hog 4-2 will be Chain and Prickly. Hog Flight will be departing out of Nellis, and they will be going via Sally Alamo up to their check-in point over Rachel, and then they will report once pushed into, they will report their IP will be Alpha North, and they will basically do all their infills and any type of support that they need to fence in runs from Alpha into the target area from the north and cycle back to the south. Recommend you guys use right turnouts if able, left turnouts if you need to use terrain for any type of threats or simulated threats. Remember, we're just doing training today. There are no real missiles down there. If you have to go left, just be advised that mountain range is pretty close to the container, so you'll want to skirt that container box, head back up, recheck in, or re-report in at Alpha when you can. Fang will be led by myself and Budgie. Fang 2 flight is going to be 2 times F-16s. We are also going to be launching out of Nellis. Let me back up for a second. The Jolly flight is going to be operating surface at 400-500 feet AGL, and Hog flight's going to have block altitudes of surface, deconflicting with Jolly, of course, up to 10,000. Now, Fang Flight is going to operate, as I mentioned, out of Nellis. We are also going to take the Sally Alamo route. We're going to check in at the north end of the Alamo route, and then we will report at our Alpha waypoint, which is about 20 miles north of the target area, and we will be over Bullseye Coyote Delta. That's not the bullseye for the mission. That'll be the bullseye for our rally point, or for our check-in point, or where basically our IP or initial point. So we will be there. We will cycle south, skirt the container, cycle west, and then cycle back north. So we'll basically keep a shadow over Jolly and over Hog to keep them safe. Our block altitude is going to be 10 to 20K today, and that will be again me and Budgie. So then in our bar cap, we've got 4 players in bar cap today, or for Sunday and through the series, providing everybody can make it. We've got Nitro package, which is Nitro 1-1, Nitro 1-2, 2 times F-14 Bravos, and that will be Beardy and Raj in -1 and Madness and Tyro in -2. And I've put Tyro in -2, the second F-14, so that he can pop out and do some AI intercept control, or he can also pop out and fly Aggressor with Madness flying single ship as Singleton as or not single ship, but single crew with Beardy as his wingman. So in that, these guys are also going to take off from Nellis. They're going to go runway heading direct all the way out till they get to the Lincoln County VORTAC, and they're going to proceed direct, and they're going to establish a bar cap in the north area of the range, and they're going to basically fly a racetrack pattern to simulate a bar cap of threats coming in from the north. We've got a IADS defense simulated that basically keeps everybody north of that, and then they're just creating an extra barrier there as depicted in. Their check-in point is going to be the VORTAC up there near Lincoln County, and they are going to wing it as they go. Tyro's going to be running that training along with Beardy, and they will set it up as they see. Now we do have flanker flight. If Bonds and Staffa show up, we'll put them in F-18s as aggressors out of Tonopah. Those guys will take off. They will head up runway heading 32. They will go up north till they get to about this point. They will establish, I believe it's about 26 miles northwest of the airfield of the Tonopah VORTAC Channel 77. Those guys are going to hang out here. Their surface block altitude is going to be surface to 40,000. They're going to be reflexible. They're going to try to do all kind of sneaky stuff. It is a weapons hold exercise today. This is not a live fire. They will be basically messing around and you know, getting the Tomcat crews to work the Rios and work their radars. They will set up north, set up their own fighter cap for Red 4 in the area with the white and red box that I've got depicted there, and then they will proceed south to challenge our response. But once they get to that line that is halfway between those two they're halfway between two VOR stations there. They will turn around at that white line or somewhere in that red and white dash box. Remember guys, the mission is to bring everybody home. Before we go, let me back up to Nitro. Nitro, your block altitude is going to be 20 to 35K. You're cleared above 35K with AIC control. That's up to the controllers to put you up. So basically expect to be operating between 20 and 35, and if you get cleared above 35 for your intercepts, that's good. Remember, you guys are going to be running your own training on that side. Just want you to stay in the bar cap zone. Do not come any lower than Reveille South. If you guys come anywhere close to the bearing line of Tonopah Test Range, east-west line off the Tonopah VORTAC, check in with let us know if you need to make a deviation. But pretty much, we want you to stay north of that line. So, as I said, remember the mission is to bring them home. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Vortex Aero Media, for providing this photo. Their CSAR rescue pics are way better quality than mine from the 1990s. They're a little bit more recent, and this is also another 56 rescue unit here out of Rescue Bird out of Lakenheath when they were there. Now they're at Aviano. That's the video briefing for now. I'll see you guys on Sunday morning for the mission op brief, and we will do the whiteboard and be on the map. And I'll talk to you later. Cheers.